Hello guy. Welcome back to my channel. Ever wondered what would happen if gravity just, stopped working? For one single second, everything we know, our sense of balance, our daily routine, and even that coffee cup you're holding, would completely change. No more staying grounded. What would it be like to experience weightlessness? Stick around, and let's find out. What if gravity just gave up for 1 second? Imagine you're standing in the middle of a crowded street, texting your friend about how bored you are. Suddenly, boom! You float up, just a tiny bit. You start to panic, but in that brief second, you realize that everyone around you is doing the same thing. It's like a scene from a sci-fi movie, but real. The question is, how far would you float? And would you ever come down in a neat little thud, or drift off into space? The chaos would be insane, to say the least. Gravity's taking a coffee break. 1 second, everything you know and love is suddenly weightless. The bottle of water you were holding? Gone. Your breakfast? Floating away. For just a split second, you're a free-falling superhero without the cape. But then, reality hits. What happens when gravity kicks back in? Will you crash down like a rock? Or will you gently float back to Earth like some kind of confused astronaut? Who's got the parachute? And what's your backup plan when your coffee mug's floating away? So gravity decides to take a little vacation for 1 second, and the first thing that happens is, you start floating. For that glorious second, you're weightless, like a balloon with a mind of its own. But hold up, imagine all the stuff you're carrying, your phone, your wallet, and that extra slice of pizza you didn't want to eat but couldn't resist. In one moment, it's all gone. How long would it take you to catch up with your phone as it zooms away? And when you come back down, how many bruises would you have? What if gravity just checked out for 1 second? Think about the mayhem. A football player jumps up for a touchdown pass, and then they stay up. Not just for a second, but for a long second. The crowd's cheering, but then the player's like, am I ever coming down? Meanwhile, that snack you dropped earlier? It's floating. Everything is floating. Chaos, but also a strange freedom. So, could gravity turn into the world's most unpredictable amusement ride? And, of course, the best question, what happens when you start coming back down? Alright, let's get this straight, gravity just stopped working for 1 second. What do you think would happen? That water bottle you're holding? Probably floating away like a mini UFO. Your pencil? Goodbye, it's now in space. For one brief second, the whole world is a bouncy castle. But, when gravity comes back, all that weightlessness is going to hit hard. Your poor laptop is flying off the table, and you're not ready for the slap when it comes down. Still worth the moment, though, right? If gravity stopped working for 1 second, we're in for a wild ride. You're cooking dinner, stirring a pot of soup, and suddenly, whoosh, your soup is floating up like a slow-motion balloon. Your hands are in the air, trying to grab it, and suddenly, your fridge door swings open because, yeah, why not? Everything's floating, and nothing makes sense. But hold your horses, when gravity returns, everything crashes back to the ground at lightning speed. The chaos? The mess? You'll never cook again the same way. Imagine this, gravity is taking a quick power nap, and for a glorious second, you become the next floating superstar. You jump, but you don't land. You're floating. You get the feeling that you could be the world's first spacewalker without a spacesuit. How much damage can 1 second of weightlessness cause? You grab your phone, your pen, your sandwich, and suddenly they're doing a dance up in the air. All you can do is watch as your life turns into an anti-gravity circus. What happens when gravity drops the ball for a second? You're sitting down, minding your business, when, boom, you're floating. The chair's gone, your drink's gone, and your phone's gone. And suddenly, you're the star of a weird, floating reality show where everything is upside down. Don't panic, gravity will come back, but the real question is, when it does, will you fall flat on your face or gracefully float back to your seat? A second of freedom, a lifetime of sore muscles. Let's say gravity went on vacation for 1 second, and you're caught in the middle of it. You're walking down the street when *bam*, you start floating. Everyone's looking at you like you're a superhero in training. But guess what? Gravity comes crashing back, and now you're free falling. You start to wish you had that cool cape or parachute you always dreamed of. You might hit the ground like a bowling ball or bounce like a bouncy ball. Either way, you'd have one unforgettable story. Imagine gravity took a nap and you were caught in the middle of it. For a brief second, everything becomes a free-for-all. Your lunch tray is in midair, your phone is floating, and you're trying to catch it. But wait, what happens when gravity wakes up? Everything drops fast. Your tray hits the floor, your phone's screen shatters, and suddenly, you regret every second of that floating moment. In the end, gravity always wins, but just for 1 second, you are in control, kinda. Well, there you have it. For 1 second, we'd all become floating chaos machines. But just as fast as it happens, gravity slaps us back to reality. Next time, maybe leave your coffee cup away from the edge, just in case. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to Brainwave for more mind-bending theories. Thank you for watching.